YouTube. Yeah, baby. A little impromptu. I know we've got like, oh, I had one on live and now I'm at 0. But this is what we brought over. We're going to, hey, James, welcome back. What's going on? Little impromptu live stream. I'm over at Monroe Morphs. We had dinner, and now we're going to check out some of his Tinley pickups to get started. What up, Big? Welcome. And this is what we're going to pour a couple drinks of right here. I don't know if you can see that, but like right up there. Oh, that's a big dog drink right there. So yeah, 122 proof. As you can see, I've had a little bit. Super smooth for what it is, and really not too bad. But as soon as Mr. Monroe, I was gonna say, as soon as Daniel gets back here, yuck! Leslie, come on! Oh, there's nothing like a little bit of bourbon to quench the soul. Oh, work it, baby. There we go. Yeah, it is. Yeah, 122 is definitely a crazy drink for sure. Not for the faint at heart by any means. So maybe a couple 2-finger neats. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than that too. No, that's about right. Let's see how I did. Sorry about that. I got my finger in the way. So quick eyeball. Oh man. 2-finger neat on the button. Oh, good Lord, y'all. I mean, that's like maybe milliliters difference, if that. Looks good. Good color. I've had this, I picked it up this week. Good drink. And we got the Relic glasses, which is a local brewery here called Uber. Yeah, probably going to need an Uber. That's the Uber right there, dead center. Say hi, Uber.
Hi.
That's my Uber. And who we got here?
We've got Autumn.
She's not going to be sharing festivities, so to speak, but
No, she will not be.
and who are you, sweet darling?
I'm Mrs. Monroe Morphs.
Mrs. Monroe Morphs. Wow, that's a long last name. Yeah, so this is what we got going. I'm gonna hand this over to the wild-haired man, Daniel. Thank you. Thanks, Leslie. And got a double thumbs up from Hetco. So what do you think? You want to go take a look at some of those Tinley pickups and
Sure.
something else? And maybe talk a little BS?
Down in my mess.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Cheers. How is that for 122? You having trouble breathing?
That one's good.
You all right? You gonna make it?
I like my coffee one, but that one's good.
Well, yeah, that's like 26, but it's a big difference.
It's fine. Come on, let's go change it.
Is that the same thing? What do you got there? Oh, is that the straight? Oh, you got some. Coffee. Oh, it's an 86. Oh, Mr. Daniel has beat me to the Litchfield. So this is a local distillery.
Batch 17.
Yeah, and they do several different types here. I haven't had that, but for a coffee, that's pretty good for a coffee to be 86.
Didn't have this. This was actually our.
I didn't have that.
This was our clown
We did that one we all did that one?
when you were here.
You sure?
Well,
Maybe that's when I was saying we were Central American time.
yeah, I don't know if you remember that night. But.
Yeah, I remember a couple things that were awkward. All right, so we're going to head down into the snake room. And we're going to take a look at a couple of Tinley pickups. Now, I don't know if you guys follow Mr. Monroe Morphs or Dan here, but this gentleman made a couple very strategic purchases at Tinley. And I have to say, I was extremely jealous of the pickups Yeah, I mean, I can do that cinnamon fire and shots. I'm more of a sipper kind of a guy nowadays. Yeah, I don't do too many shots anymore. I'd rather you can put it in a shot glass and I'll still sip it. But what I was talking about is, yeah, so Dan picked up a couple killer animals. Before you do that, I can't do the sweatshirt down here. I'm gonna just have you take that for a second. Now that's the inside of Dan's palm. Wow, yeah, man, you got some rodents. Peace, y'all.
A little bit of a mess right now. Today was supposed to be cleaning day, and
Thanks,
instead
sir.
it went to dinner time.
Yeah, I pulled him away from his snake room duties to grab some dinner, and we came back here because I had to put my eyes on these animals. Dan picked up a couple animals off of Ozzy Boyd's booth at Tinley. One is from Ozzy himself, and the other one is from Martinez Exotics. Is that how it is? Or Martinez?
Exotics, also Feeder Supply Co. I believe Eric Martinez. Regardless.
All right, so we're gonna look at least these couple animals that are just not. Oh, well, dude, you updated some stuff since we were here last.
Yep.
I kind of like these. Kind of nice little setup. So explain these cards. So we got what, two colors primarily?
Basically, blue and green. Blue just for boys, green for girls, just because that's what was available.
Because G is girl. I mean, you usually use pink. You couldn't find pink?
Not for these.
I like it though. I like the color coordination.
And then just the ID tags work well for the bins. I can switch them quick.
Yeah.
If I need to.
So quickly, which one is in your hand of the cards that are over here?
So this is a...
Just point to the card. We'll get to the snake in a second. It is this one?
Yep.
So this is what we're going to look at here. This is a Ghost Ultramel 66 Het Pied. Picked up at Tinley. You want to put it on the...
Yep.
All right.
So this one was from Eric. Still, it was off Ozzy's table.
Oh, dude, that's nice. Well, like purple, bro. You know, this isn't the first animal that I've seen with ghost in it. And I mean, I have a girl that's about to drop a clutch of 66 to 66 for ghost or hypo. It's true. It is hypo. There are two lines that came out. Hypomelanistic and ghost is essentially the same thing. They are compatible, and the technically proper name is hypomelanistic. But dude, the purple that comes through, and it's coming through really good right here. I mean, that's a beautiful animal. So this one came from Martinez?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice animal. So again,
Ghost Ultramel 66% Het Pied.
well, so possible triple. And pied, have you looked for the markers? Can we look at the belly and that tail stripe and see what it looks like? I mean, I don't know what the other two, like, cause I don't. And all the way over, I can see the back stripe. I don't know. From that, I'm not familiar with ghosts. I don't have any visual ghosts in my collection to look at. So to know that this is like amped in color,
Right.
which is another indicator for me. I know Het Pied will amp your color quite a bit, and then you get the tracks on the belly and the striping on the tail, and you have both of those. Yeah, I agree, James. I'd say Het Pied as well. My only conservative component is like the color amp, which I'm not sure of, but yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to prove for Pied. Yeah, that's a great animal. So I mean, I would call that het pied as well. Yeah, Leslie. Yeah, this is an awesome animal. I wish I beat him to it and had the coin to grab it at the same note. That's a cool little head shot right there. Like you almost see every little scale on the top of its head. That's a great animal. All right. And then the next one came from, did it come from Oz? This is, it's Ozzy's?
Other two came from Ozzy.
Other two. So three, wow, bro, you went like stupid. You went like out of control.
So the other one is a Clown Orange Dream, male. And basically it was...
Yeah, he definitely went stupid. And
it was an aspect of looking at the other tables, looking at the other quality. There was possibility of a Clown Enchi Orange Dream, and the price point was there, but the quality really wasn't there.
yeah, like if it's going to be a pet and you like to look at it and it's a little bit cheaper, whatever, if you're going to produce animals, the quality, like it does kind of speak for itself. And that extra 100, 200 went stupid. Yeah. Lucas, yeah, what's up, Kai? You know, and I only say that because we've all seen the animals that Ozzy offers and the price tag that comes along with it. So to like we purchased Ectothermic Dungeon purchased an animal from Ozzy this season as well, and it's, you know, it's big money to drop with stuff with him. But again, you look at something with your visual eye, and here's a huge difference with getting something from somebody else. It just, it's hard to explain until you've seen his stuff in person. What's this?
So he probably won't be the size in time, but this is one of the females he will be seeing. That's a plan.
And what's that?
That's Odie Het Pied.
And he's an Odie clown.
An Odie clown. Sorry, Odie clown.
Odie Het clown.
Odie Het clown. Odie clown.
Yeah.
So the plan is to make
Super Odie clown.
Super Odie clowns.
Yeah, we'll have a conversation when that breeding happens.
And again, it's just to get the quality.
Yeah.
That's really it. I mean,
yeah,
to get more.
And this animal is like the perfect weight for color ratio, if you will.
Right.
They say, you know, 200 to 500 grams is like the prime time to look at an animal. And this young male is right in that, like that head is just crazy. Like it's really orange, and like I know it just doesn't look the way it looks with the naked eye. I mean, it looks really, really good with my eyes, and the camera's okay. And this guy will kind of mellow out as he gets a little bit bigger, but the babies that he produces were going to be super clean. Like, so if you look at a clown and any of these alien heads that are right here, don't bite me. There's usually a little bit of dirtiness in some of these alien heads. Now, the OD doesn't really lend you a ton of orange color like it usually does with the clown, but it cleaned. Ow, motherfucker. I knew it was going to happen, although that was just a love tap. Happy Friday. So he looks good. You know, the little bit of orange highlight will mellow out, but a very, very, very clean animal. And that's just going to add to the projects in the future. Yeah, that's a nice snake.
So the last one.
What up, Mark? Welcome. Not really too late. We looked at a Odie clown and a Ghost Ultramel 66 het pied that really looks like it's going to prove out for pied. And this is the crazy one.
Last one's in shed.
So
Unfortunately.
this is the female that you picked up.
Last
So,
one's a mouthful.
Super OD Firefly Leopard Mojave 50% het pied. I'll just leave that there for a second because like I read pretty slow. Welcome, Emma. The Ghost Ultramel is a boy, so he'll be moving around. So we're gonna come over here and take a look at this mouthful of an animal.
She's in shed right now.
Do you remember what it's called? Or
Super-
all the genes? Sorry, not
Super
one.
OD,
Yeah.
Firefly, Mojave, Leopard, 50% het pied.
Yeah, very pretty. Yeah, very like the video just doesn't really help her that much.
When she's not in shed, she's purple and yellow with a cream color.
I can see all that. What you're seeing is kind of like a gray purple is like more purple, and it's really not picking up any of the yellow at all. Welcome, BP. What's up, Kai? I think I said that already. I'm only seeing sporadic comments, so you guys have to forgive me here trying to shoot this. Trying to grab some of the comments on the video is a little bit tough.
And the way Ozzy is with his stuff, there's always the possibility for other genes in there. So there are 2 other genes that are possible in this pairing, which is Enchi and Yellow Belly.
Oh, good Lord. So say all the all the genes that you know and the 2 that are possible.
Super Orange Dream,
Yep.
Firefly.
So Pastel Fire,
Yep.
Super Orange Dream, Pastel Fire. That's 4.
Mojave,
Mojave,
Leopard,
Leopard.
50% het for pied.
So you got 6 incomplete dominants and a possibility of a recessive.
And then there was Enchi and Yellow Belly in the pairing as
So
well.
possibly 8, theoretically, and a dude. That's enough.
And
That's
this is
just
a
not-
girl.
and a female.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that's a solid pickup.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Yeah, that is definitely stupid. I used to use the word retarded a lot, James, and I got kind of railed a little bit in a few videos. They were nice enough to do it private message, but I don't know. Yeah, this is pretty fucking retarded. Yeah, beautiful animal. Now, anything that you bred this year that has put some size on that looks good, or top 2 or 3 pairings coming up this year that maybe you can show off.
Bred this year.
Yeah, so either babies that you've got that are just like are growing into it, that it don't have to be stuff you produce, but produced or purchased that are just looking really good. Holy shit. Wow. And the speculation on that is
The question is still Enchi, Pastel, Orange Dream.
Pastel Enchi Orange Dream. And all right, we'll come over and take a look at it. We'll tell you what the pairing is, and then you guys can tell us what y'all think. But that thing just glows like mad. Holy shit. Right at this level, that is pretty accurate as far as color and definition and contrast. That's pretty accurate to what that animal looks like with the naked eye.
So the pairing with this, and this is what happens when you pair multiple males to one female.
James says, hold on a minute, he's got to go get some sunglasses.
This is by far one of my favorite snakes from this past year.
Yeah, dude. I agree.
Ever since she hatched.
Boy or girl?
This is a girl.
It's a girl.
Pairing with this was for a cinnamon Enchi female, to a butter pastel shredder male. And the rest of the clutch had butter in it. This one definitely did not seem to have butter.
No, there's definitely no butter in there. And again, the pairing.
I looked back on my pairings, and it looks like I threw a pastel orange dream yellow belly to the cinnamon enchi. The best I can come up with is this is enchi pastel orange dream.
Yeah, I'd agree. And yeah, dead on, Leslie. Definitely looks artificial, looks fake. But that's exactly, I mean, I'm looking off camera, and that's exactly what this animal looks like. They want to see the belly. Is it all white? I bet you it's all white. Yeah, pretty much all white. Any yellow belly in the mix?
Yellow belly was in the mix.
I think there's yellow belly in there. They're looking for the genes that you're speculating this ball python is again, please.
Enchi, orange dream, pastel.
Enchi, orange dream, pastel. And for me, I'm going to say yellow belly. And I say that because when you look here, like this checkering that you see in between these teardrops, and if he rolls it on its back a little more, yep. Like this side, you can see it really good. Like all this checkering, that's pretty typical of yellow belly for me. And I looked at this animal before, and it just wasn't really apparent. Yeah, hot damn is right. But like all this little checkering with everything else going on, I'm going to say that has yellow belly. And, you know, so the pairing for that animal, for me going forward, would probably be something with yellow belly. And it would make, yeah, right, ballers. It makes sense that like that amp of color is yellow belly, because yellow belly will do that in some combinations when it's all paired up right.
Her sister, she doesn't want to stay still.
OD Enchi yellow belly pastel Enchi.
That's her sister, which, from what I was told, is an Enchi pastel yellow, Enchi pastel orange dream. So
Yeah.
if that's an Enchi pastel orange dream,
Has to be yellow belly.
yep.
Has to be. Yeah, dude, they look really good. They're definitely both worth keeping, but like that's just another level right there. That changes your breeding game. So when you guys when you're pairing and you get animals that come out and they're in the same clutch and they look like this is the one you keep. That's the one you sell.
Yep, by far my favorite of this past year.
Yeah, I agree. So, just a little background information. So, not only do I have your guys' comments popping up on the feed, I'll be headed to Hawaii on the 22nd to see my son. And I started a conversation with a tattoo artist that did this here, and I want to add to it. I want to keep going up the arm. So all his comments are feeding through too, and I'm itching to get over and respond to them. But priorities. What else? Pastel clown yellow belly. Well, you produced a couple clowns this year. Very nice guy. Love you, no matter what. Let's take a look at some of the. Let's start with the other one, because that's like an amped up. No? All right, we'll start with that one.
They're due to eat.
So maybe not everybody knows. Back in the yeah, come on, brother, we'll do it. So Dan, I went to Nerd. I purchased a pastel lesser yellow belly het clown female 2 years in front of Dan. I grew her up. I bred her for 3 years, produced no clown visuals, and each year was put to the same pastel clown male, and just probably about 3 weeks ago, Nerd finally came through after no visuals, and they gave me a pastel fader clown. So big kudos to Nerd for at least standing behind their product and putting something out there as far as a visual goes. So again, the reason you buy with like names that you trust and and by that said, being on YouTube, following them, sending them messages, talking to people, getting to know them, seeing their setup, it's, you got custom racks here, similar that we have, or same thing that we have. And that way, like if something, mistakes happen, like an animal got switched in a bin, or who knows what happened truly with that. But at the end of the day, they followed through. We did what they asked. I didn't really want to go a third year. They wanted to see it for like egg production. We did it, whatever. Dan went and purchased from Nerd a pastel lesser yellow belly het clown female a couple years later, obviously a different pairing, and brought that girl back, paired her to a pastel clown. So exact same pairing that I did, and here we are. So Dan managed to produce a couple very nice clowns from how many eggs?
Same as you. I started with 7. 1 went bad, so I ended with 6. Both of us cut 6 eggs.
And what do we got?
Killer.
Start with the one on the right, or your right, my left. Is this one going in the shed? Looks like it's going in the shed.
Not sure. Pastel yellow belly clown. Doesn't want to let me hold it. Female.
Oh, this is a girl?
Both of them are girls.
Oh, dude. Fuck. Very good for you. That's so nice.
Out of 6 eggs, I had 1 boy.
So, yeah. So, this is a yellow belly, at least a yellow belly clown, possibly pastel in there, too. I think it is a pastel yellow belly clown.
And then,
wow.
Killer king clown.
And for the people that don't know what the king means.
So this is a super pastel lesser clown.
Yeah, nice. And look at that. You can see the head is like almost totally wiped out. And then you come over here and you still got a lot of speckling, a lot of the, other than speckling, I don't know. Some of them look like a crazy skull with the pattern marking. This one is missing it a little bit down there, but great looking head, and then all washed out. There's nothing there. But females,
Both females.
dude, you're a tool. You're such a tool. But I love you anyway. Yeah, great animals. Same pairing. I get to start over. So yeah, they sent me a pastel fader clown female, and I popped her. I've had other I've purchased other pastel clowns, and there's another level to her that just looks really, really, really good. So I'm excited to like maybe prove out some of that fader and clown. I don't have any other fader in my collection at all, so this will be new. We'll see what happens. The only hesitation I have is that fader really kind of reduces and pulls stuff out as far as pattern and contrast goes. And right now, when you look at like Justin stuff or Ozzy stuff, when they're producing clowns, it's like crazy contrast, dark, and like, I'm not going to get that with fader in it. But, maybe that releases my het clown female and my pastel spot nose yellow belly clown female from making hets, and maybe she'll just be the het maker. You know, I don't know. I've got a ton of time to figure that out because she's like 100 and change grams. So she's still very, very, very young. So what else you got for us, brother? We're like 30 minutes in. Probably a couple more animals to look at. I really like these tags. It makes it easier to see. And is there a reason that like you went with like a clip-on as opposed to a stick-on? Because like I use with mine are all stick-ons.
I started with stick-ons,
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
and then when you're switching bins,
Yeah.
it was just easier to do the clip-ons.
Instead of sliding it in the pocket. So he pulled this animal out right here. So green is girl, butter shredder. So talk to me about shredder. I know there's a couple big breeders working with at least one or two animals. And we may have kind of touched this a little bit on the last live stream we did here.
So this is something that I'm still playing with.
Now they look kind of similar, but yet again very different. So we get a very similar color pattern. You know, so these browns and this blushing here are very much the same. The color on the dorsal is the same. However, this one is very, very broken up, and we're definitely more striped here. So there's something different. And the whites definitely come up higher here than over on this one. So what are we looking at?
So with these two specific animals, there's another gene that's possibly involved.
Okay.
I'm doing the same pairing this year to see if I get the same results. Shredder's involved. Butter's involved. The question if there's another gene involved, I'll find out.
Do you know, or are you willing to divulge what that other gene is?
I can show it, but it looks like nothing. And
is it a dinker? Is it something else you're working?
It's a dinker.
Oh, it's a dinker. So,
Yep.
So it's a gene that you have in your collection that you're working with that has not really been defined or proven.
Right. And with this, I don't know how much it's really amplifying this, but what I can say is Shredder to Mojave has a similar reaction. Doing this to this quote-unquote dinker gene, getting these results was like a nice reaction. But you're right, there is kind of a difference between these two. So this one here is a female, this is the male. I was able to get a pair.
Now, are these the same age or?
Yep, same
roughly?
clutch.
Same clutch.
Same clutch.
So clutch mates.
There was a third in the clutch, which has pastel in it.
Wow. That's a monstrous difference. Thanks,
And
Spartan. I appreciate that. Spartan Reptile says very nice.
if anyone,
Yeah, that's definitely a game changer. That right there. Like just
track
even,
your phone.
huh?
He's gonna track your phone.
That's all right. He's all right. He's
If
good.
anyone follows Bobby Vu with the voodoo gene,
Yep.
I've spoken to him a little bit with this gene where when you put it with lesser and butter, which is very similar, it does like the similar thing, and they're similar, but I think they're also different too. So I'm playing around with this, and I'm trying to work it with a couple of the other genes I'm working with, and so forth. So that's combinations. Now,
And you have a single gene, you think?
on their own, we're all fired up. That should be on its own.
Now this is on its own shredder, or
That's on its own shredder.
Okay, so this is shredder. This
That's
is
shredder.
not the dinker.
Nope.
Okay.
So this is something that I'm really trying to work within all the stuff I'm playing with.
The shredder piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other people working with this as well.
I mean, by itself, like, I like this. Like, you get... I think if you could mix this in with, like, a granite and just... Because if you guys... Like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to put my drink down. Hold on. So, you... Like, all this speckling here... This is very granite-like. Like, crazy granite going on. And, I think... Do you have any hidden genoma granite stuff?
Yes.
You
Yep.
do. Like, have you ever put shredder to that?
Not yet. I'm trying to this year.
So yeah, so I was at Justin's and he's got a dinker project that is very speckly like this, and then he has some crazy granite stuff, and like he just keeps back the best of everything. And we're looking at his granite stuff, and like he had shown me the dinker gene. I'm like, dude, you got to put those two together. And he looks at me and goes like, I can't believe I haven't thought of that before. So like this definitely has to see some granite to like really amp that speckling and see what happens. Like you put those, like Justin says all the time, you put those two genes that either really complement each other, like kind of do the same thing, or just fight each other. And I think, granite to granite is going to really complement, and you're just going to blow these sides out.
Shredder is a codominant. There is a super form of this.
Oh, so you're going to get a super shredder.
I do have a female growing up right now, so I'm working on that. This is a Shredder Russo.
Nice.
So basically...
So you get a lot more highlights around the alien
you get the
heads.
nice whites. You get a lot darker color, a lot more cleaner.
Kind of subdues some of that speckling.
Right. The one thing that's still noticeable when it comes to, I guess you could say, like the base forms.
Yeah.
Is on the back of the neck. You still get this marking.
It's like a figure eight. That's weird.
Just like this one.
No, is that typical to... Well, it's not quite the same.
But you still get the marking on the back.
But again, you got another gene involved. So this big ass dot. So this is shredder as well then?
Yep.
And is this just a shredder?
Yes.
Single gene. So similar.
So this is something, again, just like anything else, plugging it to the right stuff, getting it to work out.
Yeah, trying to figure out like what works best with it. Now there hasn't been a ton done with the shredder stuff.
No.
I mean, a bit here and there, and and again, I mean, Justin may have a bunch more that was at least in the area that I went and took a look at. But from what I saw, maybe a couple animals down there. So working a little bit here and there, but not like going crazy with it. It's definitely not like clown or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I definitely like where that the pastel butter shredder kind of thing is going. That looks good. I think for me, I would want it to see again more granite, more orange dream, maybe some yellow belly, and really try to amp some of that color that I see starting to come through there. That would be pretty cool. Maybe one more round of stuff. Anything visually appealing that you haven't shown, like not clown, not... How about pied? I know you got pied stuff. I like some of your pied stuff.
You like your pie.
Of course I do. Because she's
She
pretty.
was just paired.
Oh, so she's breeding now. Yeah. Oh, dude, she's fucking huge. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's amazing. I say that every time she comes out. I should have kept that one.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, well,
You should make more.
I'm gonna. Oh, dude, she looks so good. So what'd you pair her with? Or what's the plan for her?
This is an Enchi yellow belly pied, possible het ghost, that was currently paired to a fire double het Azantic pied.
Oh, say that again?
Fire double het Azantic pied,
Wow.
but will be backed with a firefly pied.
Wow.
So either way, there's
Crazy.
going to be pieds in the mix. And they're either going to be 50% het for VPI Xantic, or they're going to be full clutch of pieds.
All right, so here's a good little bit of education for pieds with Enchi and yellow belly. So Enchi tends to add a lot of pattern to pieds. So when pieds in the mix, Enchi really increases some of the pattern that you would see. It doesn't necessarily make it like mostly saddled, if you will, but it does add to it. Where if it was just a leopard pied, leopards would be very reduced. You would have like this head pattern, maybe a saddle or two, and then a little tail tip. Now this one's getting ready to go in shed. You can see the pink right here. So she's looking at going into sheds shortly. And then the yellow belly, a lot of saddles will be very clean sides, almost straight sides, where you get all this pixelation like right in here, all this jaggedness all along here. That all is yellow belly doing that. Really wax out all this edging, not the pattern, but edging. And if there was leopard in here, you can see this really dominant line up top. Leopard, thanks Leslie, leopard tends to add like another line of dark stuff right below here. So you would have this line, and then you would have another line coming in if there was also leopard. And then what is this beautiful, like,
It's a yellow belly pied.
so this is a straight yellow, and this is the one you produced?
Yep.
So this was produced here at Monroe Morphs. And again, when we start looking at the saddle, look at this, all this jaggedness. There's not a clean line anywhere. It's all pixelated. It's all broken up. And then you get this whole crazy pattern. And look at this, more jagged. So again, when you're breeding yellow belly into pied, you're really looking for all this, like, I don't know, pixelation along the edges. If you go back and you look at a regular pied, do you have any regular pied stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll pull a regular pied and we'll show you the difference. Yeah, the power in this animal is just ridiculous, like nuts. Enchi, yellow belly, and then a girl, like craziness. All right, so we'll look over here. So when we come over here, like these lines, there may be one or two little spots, but for the most part, you get this very clean, straight line, straight lines. This one's a little jagged, but when we come back, that's just way more pixelated. You got more pixelation going on here and a little straight line. Crazy pixelation. And then you come back, again, mostly pretty straight. And the more you look at it and you get an eyeball to it, you just learn, I guess, kind of to know what you're looking at. So with red stripe, for me, like I can look at an animal and I can say, oh, yeah, that's got red stripe in it. But to try to explain it to somebody, I'm not there yet. So like I've learned it for myself, and I can identify it with my eyes, but I couldn't tell you exactly what I see when I'm looking at red stripe. And again, just every line, like say the back side looks pretty clean, front side a little pixelated, just very pixelated. And again, this girl, I know she's yellow belly. It's 100% guaranteed because mom was an ivory that ended up proving out het for pied. So it's guaranteed that there is yellow belly in the mix here. Thanks, Leslie. I appreciate that. Dan appreciates that. Definitely some beauties here. Mr. Monroe is going to be making some crazy stuff this season. He, oh, you can still show her off. They still look all right.
This is the boy.
Is that the Firefly?
Yep.
So, in complete shed, and really doesn't look like his whole part. This is the primary male that will go to the girl you just saw. So this is a pastel fire pied. And if we come down and we look at some of these saddles, again, for the most part, yeah, I hope you do too, James. I'm in the same boat. I'm hoping I'm going to make some crazy stuff this season. Overall, the saddles, when you look at the edges, are pretty clean. Up in here, over here, a couple little variants. Again, the majority looks pretty clean, so you definitely know there's no yellow belly here. At least I can tell. And a lot of times when it really takes breeding an animal and seeing it develop over time to really get a handle on what things look like. And then there's still stuff that you struggle with. Like I've produced probably enchies for the past 3 years, and I still struggle to produce to look at a pairing that may have enchi in it and say, oh, that definitely has enchi. Because depending on what goes in there, it's tough. Sometimes, for me anyway, that's a struggle. With the red stripe, like I said before, like I can look at it and go, oh, yeah, it's got a red stripe. What are we going to look at here?
Does that one have enchi?
So here's a question. Even if it's simple stuff that just comes out crazy beautiful. Very true, and I don't disagree. I don't think you necessarily always have to stack crazy amount of genes on an animal. The question is, which genes stack the best for the best result? And you only know that by making many animals with those genes in it. So this animal is suspected to be an enchi, pinstripe, pastel, and cinnamon.
So enchi pewter
And
pin.
I at least agree with the pewter pin. The question that's standing out is the enchi. And I'll let you guys jump in and see what you think is, if this one has enchi. Let's see if we can maybe take a look at the head.
So when this was first born.
Well, let's start with the pairing in the mix.
Oh, jeez.
Do you remember?
That was last year.
Here's a good look at the head. Just from looking at the head, I'm gonna say I don't know that that's enchi.
Enchi, lesser, pastel, spider to lemon blast. If I remember correctly.
That's probably upside down for y'all.
So when this was first born, all this
what
brown.
What color are the eyes?
Green. All this brown.
They're green, and you can see
gone.
that light kind of green turquoise there. Hold on, let me back out. Say that again.
When this was first born, all this brown didn't exist. This was a line, and that's what pewter does. This was just a line, and it slowly developed, but this orange side here stayed.
Yeah.
And I thought of selling this girl a couple times, and the more I look at her, I'm like, think I'm gonna keep her.
And at the size she's at now, she's got to be about 1,400-ish grams.
Probably a little less.
Do you have a scale?
I do.
Let's take a look. I'm just curious. I'm gonna say 1,400.
I'm
roughly.
gonna say.
Well, and you should be more
Let's
accurate.
say 13.5.
You're gonna say 13.5, and you should be closer than I am because, like, it's your girl.
Well,
and
I
you,
don't come
and-
down and touch them every night.
Well, I don't touch it every night either. Sorry. Anyway, but we'll put it on the scale just to look, and based on her size now, like I would pair her
Oh,
just to see
so close.
what she is. Let's.
Go from top down.
Can you? Oh yeah, I can see. And wait, I said 14. You said what?
13.5.
Oh, look at that. It's like 14.
You're touching it.
Oh, sorry. 1341. Nice. So close, but at that point, you're like probably 2 or 3 feedings away from, her being to weight to pair her. I would pair her and see what you get, and then try to put something that would prove out the
So here's the
entry.
next question.
Leslie's laughing.
Here's the next question.
Yeah.
Just pin, or does anyone see spinner?
I don't know. I got nothing on the feed. 13 people with nothing to say. No spider
Okay.
from one. And personally, I don't see spider either.
I agree.
I mean, that head stamp,
I do agree, but I was throwing it out there.
Cine Enchi pin from one person. And I would agree with the pewter, because like I have pewter Enchis at home, and the color palette is similar. Cinnamon is really nice. Pastel lemon blast spinner. It's kind of the same thing, right? Enchi, yellow belly, super Enchi. What do you got? Super Enchi.
So again, Enchi.
Yeah, the feeling is that she'll prove Enchi on the top one.
Does this one have Enchi?
Yeah, that's as Enchi as it gets. I mean, look at that head strength. If you say there's no Enchi in there, like, you're crazy!
So this is the only one I held back out of a clutch that I hatched 5 super Enchi females.
Well, that's interesting, Hetco. So Hetco is watching on his phone and TV at the same time, and the color profile on the phone looks better than the TV. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, talk about odds. 5 super Enchi females, but this was the best looking one.
5 super Enchi and 1 clutch?
1 clutch.
And what was the pairing?
That one.
Super Enchi or like Enchi to Enchi kind of thing?
No, that was Enchi to Enchi.
So even if there's other things in the
that was
mix-
cinnamon Enchi to Enchi lesser pastel spider.
Dude, that's crazy.
And I got 5 super Enchi females.
That's insane. Super insane. Wow, that's a great looking girl. I have a single. Does Enchi female from last year? It's almost as intense as that. Wow. Yeah, that's a next level single Enchi girl for sure. If she looks like that. I mean, the head. So super Enchi tends to like backstrap the head like that, so you get the connected stripes.
And this is
Single Enchi typically doesn't do that.
So that's a 2018.
And that's 2018. Wow, that's a big girl for 18.
Right.
Early 18?
Mid.
Mid 18.
Mid.
Okay. Nice.
That was 2018 as well.
Oh, the one above it. Yeah, the other girl. So that's an 18, you can see there, and then another 18.
8 well.
Sweet.
Alright.
I don't know about you, but I'm about done. I wanna get some drink on.
Go see the upstairs.
Yeah, feeding the Miracle Grow for sure. Yeah, we're gonna go catch up with the ladies.
Hang on.
You got
The
one more?
The one miracle girl.
One Miracle Girl. I don't know what this is.
So this was purchased as a boy
Yeah.
2 years ago.
So it's a hermaphrodite turned into a girl.
It's a girl.
Does it have both parts? Did you pop it to see?
Yeah. And it says
It's got one peen and one little vag piece on the other side. No?
Yeah, okay.
Super Enchi?
Enchi Lesser Pastel Malum.
Enchi, lesser, like, well, okay. Like, I get the Enchi. I can see Enchi for sure.
Inshed.
And, like, lesser, Inshed, like, well, lesser, you could persuade me. I could go there. Malum, I don't know enough about Malum.
So if you want to talk about feed,
Leslie says, enjoy your drinks. Basketball, yeah, for sure. She's a big girl.
if you want to talk about feed,
Yeah.
this was a boy, or thought to be a boy. Went to weekly feeding on this. It was like feeding concrete to this thing. Just put on the weight instantly.
Well, she definitely looks like she's had no problem eating.
No, never missed a beat.
What's her birth year?
This was late 17.
Late 17, 18, 19. So 2 years.
Yep.
That's a good sized girl for 2 years. And well, I would call her at least like 22, 24.
Oh, now we gotta play this game.
Thanks, Hetco. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. Really. We're gonna weigh her just to see. You didn't have to pull the scale out again. I mean, that's fine. But
What did you guess?
2001. I said like 22, 24. She's probably like 26.
It's 29.36.
29, yeah, there you go. 29, 26.
29.35.
That's a massive girl. Yeah.
She's not even my biggest.
Is she a virgin girl?
No.
Oh, so
bred
she
last
bred-
year,
oh, she did.
but I lost the clutch due to incubator.
Oh, that's the one. Gotcha.
Unfortunately,
So what happened with that? You had some power outage and had a incubator failure.
last year I had a plane crash in town that knocked out the power grid.
What?
Yep. I survived.
No.
I survived.
Say it. No.
all winter.
No. Say it again.
I
A
had
what?
a plane crash that knocked out the power grid,
That's fucking crazy. Sorry, y'all. That's my.
and then I also had a spike in the incubator for 8 hours.
And you lost this clutch.
I lost that clutch. That was an Enchi Lesser Pastel Malum bred to a leopard spot nose pin.
Woo! There's a lot of genes at play. All right, bro. I think I'm done. Are you done?
I'm done.
All right,
Upstairs.
we're done. All right, y'all. Ectothermic at Monroe Morphs. Cheers. Appreciate every single one of you stopping by tonight, Friday night, spending a little bit of time with us. Thanks, James. Good to see you again, even on here. Good to see you, Spartan. Leslie, thank you very much. And we're going to call it at that because there's more of this to get to upstairs. I'm running a little low. So we're going to go grab a drink, sit and just kind of BS a little bit for the rest of the night. But again, I definitely wanted to get over here and check out some of that Aussie stuff and the stuff from Martinez Exotics. Check both of those guys out online. I won't be able to put anything down below. This is a live stream, but Aussie Boyds and Martinez Exotics for sure. Go check them out. And Monroe Morphs. He's on YouTube. He's on Instagram, Facebook.
Instagram and Facebook, not yet YouTube.
Not yet YouTube. Oh well, I thought you have a YouTube. You just don't use it.
Not yet.
Fucking slackers. I'm telling
This
you.
guy is YouTube.
Sorry. Slacking. Anyway, check them out. Cool stuff to happen in there. And yeah, if you don't mind, swing by the Ectothermic. We got some cool stuff going on this season. It's going to be epic. I'm telling you, this season is epic. I've been working for this season, buying for this season, breeding for this season. Woo! 2020 is coming at you, y'all. and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
See ya. Want to see your girls? Look out.